assessment of your guys' performance tonight there?
Patchy again. Good, great 40 minutes. Probably could have asked a couple more questions with some of our kicks instead of just drilling it out. We were solid. All the things we wanted to be that we haven't been over the last couple of weeks. So like I say, our completion rate was high. We didn't try to overplay, but we just tried to keep it simple and keep all the ball. And we ended up being 6-4 up. It was a pretty solid first half, and then we just failed to apply the pressure when we had it. We dropped the ball twice on Warrington's line and gave a penalty away, and just then didn't really get ourselves back into the game.
Let's got a couple of tries from kicks as well in that period, I guess. Then.
Just like they say, just simple plays, energy plays, and that energy came from the fact that they got off their line, got a couple of penalties. It took us, I think it was about 32 minutes the second half to get a penalty, which was pretty bizarre. And yeah, like you said, 2 kick plays. I thought both their centres were outstanding. I thought Atkins was really hard to handle. Although Ed Chamberlain did a great job on him, I thought he was really hard to handle. And then like international centre on the other side as well, that plucks the ball out of the air. He's hard to put down and looks very dangerous with the ball in hand. I will say that Steph Ratchford and their back three were hard to handle, and as they grew, confidence grew, they just got them on the front foot in the second half. Overall, I was just disappointed with the things that we spoke about, not staying in that fight. You want to win these games, you want to be successful moving on, but you want to see the process and respect to the process that is going to actually keep us in Super League, and that's what we failed to do in the second half.
How would you assess the form going into the mid-leagues, Dennis?
Doesn't matter. I've been here before, doesn't matter. This isn't, we go pre-season, we've reset ourselves. We find a way now, we break, the 2-week break, we've got 7 games. It's a mini-season. It gives us a chance to sort of right a couple of wrongs that we felt that we let ourselves down a couple of times this year by losing tight games. Mentally just not turn up, and the attitude is that this is another league. I think the beauty of the qualifiers that we didn't appreciate when we finished 1 point off 8th last time we finished in the bottom half of the table is that you start on 0 with everybody else. I think last time we did it, I think Wakefield had 4 points and we had 18, but we both had 0 points when it reset itself. And it's that kind of mentality that you got to carry forward. It doesn't make any difference. You're playing against a completely different group of teams in the championship sides that can throw different things at you because of the season that they've had, and it's a completely different competition. It has its own anxieties. Like I say, you can speak to Brian Mack and those people that have experienced it last year. I know they went on and won some games last year, but the anxiety and the stresses of it are completely different to playing in the rest of the league.
How will you use the fortnight now?
We'll have a bit of a break. Like I said, they'll have a couple of days off over the weekend. Playing on the Thursdays probably give us that chance to just go away, clear our heads, and come again. Like I said, it's like a mini pre-season. You have a bit of holiday, come back and train hard going into the season, and we'll use it by doubling up a couple of sessions next week, but they'll have 2 or 3 days off over the weekend to get ready for next week.
Of the guys that weren't available or didn't play tonight, how many will be missing for that first qualifier game?
Aaron Jeremiah's probably not going to play in the qualifiers. He's our biggest blow, which is a massive blow to us. But Lloyd White will be back, Chris Bridge will be back, Reece Hambry will be back playing, and those kind of players. Chris Houston will play. Jack Buchanan, just tight in his quad and his hamstring today. He could have probably played if it had been a game to finish in the top half of the table. He'd have played. So we've got 3 or 4 bodies that just aren't just ready to play today. But the 2-week training will give us a good grounding to get them ready to play.
Was Rangel out because of the head knock last week?
Yeah, he's had 2 head knocks this year and he wasn't allowed to play. So it wasn't the fact that he had a 6-day turnaround. He had just made it, but he's been reported to a previous concussion when he was at Castleford. So 2 in a year means that we have to have clearance off a neurosurgeon, and the neurosurgeon said that 6 days was too soon to play him out. He was ready to play. He was pretty gutted that he couldn't play tonight, but that's just the nature of where we are.